Well guys, this is it. We have completed 5 of 6 difficulty settings in the previous 5 episodes. Now it is time to take on SunSoft mode. To quote the game, let's go! Well, we're starting off easy. Just dig with the first lemming and then release all the others. Unlike last time, we won't be able to save them all, and I tried umbrella strats, it doesn't work. So that's it. That's just one freebie. From this point on, this gets hard. Alright, so in this stage we want to seal off these gaps in the bones because we don't want any of the other lemmings falling inside. Fourth lemming will then proceed to bash. And I'm gonna seal up the other holes with any of the lemmings turning around, while I keep my trailblazer busy bashing until he passes that sign. Now this is pretty easy to stay on top of, all things considered. This is not a hard one. However, there is a scenario that will cost you dearly if things don't go well. And that's the last part. So, yeah, we got a freebie. Turn this first lemming that drops down into a basher. And now all the lemmings are going to be trapped down there. Again, this is both a blessing and a curse. If you don't feel like it, don't release the lemmings until you successfully make a path to the exit. Alright, I have 2 more chances. Alright, looks like we are in the clear. Luckily, you get 3 to 4 chances to free all the lemmings. It depends on if you need to seal that 3rd gap or not. So that's 2 down. Anxiety. Wow. And these stages don't start off terribly difficult. First lemming, you turn into a miner. Second lemming also turns into a miner, but in the opposite direction. I release all the lemmings, and I turn the first miner into a builder at the last second. Now, you want to do some pause strats because, well, no, better yet, just reduce the number. Reduce the number so you can easily identify who the last lemming is, and that last lemming will be our trailblazer. And now we have him build this bridge. And I wanna get him started mining before I free the other lemmings, because it is very easy to screw this up. Right here is good. Alright. I have 2 chances to free everyone. Also, I need to give my miner a little bit of time before I do so. Alright, is that 1 done? Okay, good. Oh, never mind, you only get 1 chance to free them all. And this is why you want to wait a while before freeing them from that little enclave. And one screw, which means you screw up once, that's it. And all we have to wait is for our rescue lemming, and we're out. Train your body. Alright, we can't go too far to the right or else they will get smashed. There's a trap there. So our second Lemming, the one that walked past the first one, will be our Trailblazer. Luckily there are only 10 Lemmings to save this time, so there's not going to be any lag. I want to dig just low enough that the rest of my team can easily reunite with my main Lemming, but without freeing them. So that's a good one. And honestly, Sunsoft difficulty, for the most part, these stages were developed by Sunsoft themselves. Lemmings was developed by Psygnosis, but this is, however, this particular port of Lemmings was developed by Sunsoft, and these stages on the Genesis are specifically developed by Sunsoft, and are developed specifically to be really hard. That require careful resource management, and later on you also have to take the clock into consideration too. Yeah, one mistake and you lose. That is how difficult these stages can be. Of course, there's still plenty of stages where you can just flex on them. I mean, the first Sunsoft stage, in particular, we want to build right here on that dark pink one. This will ensure that our Trailblazer can actually reach the top. Alright, I'm gonna free the others now because there really isn't much threat to this. Alright, at the edge of that screen we will have our Trailblazer build one last bridge, and that should be good for the stage. Honestly, the conditions here are not super stringent yet, but these Sunsoft stages, they will definitely test your merit. Watch your step. Didn't we do a stage like called that before? Well, whatever. I'm actually going to wait until the first Lemming passes before I form a blocker. And then I'm going to build a bridge, and I'm actually going to free all the Lemmings this time. So once he reaches the top of that hill, I'm going to turn this builder into a basher. If he's underneath the blocker Lemming, he will free him, alongside all the others. Then I will get started building right here. By the way, I'm not going to release the Lemmings in droves because you want to space them out. This can be a very, very dangerous level. Alright, first Lemming I turn into a builder and will be our Trailblazer to the exit. And by the way, the Basher's still doing his job because it ensures that our builder here, our real Trailblazer, won't have to worry about other Lemmings falling to their death. And I've also built a ramps to free the other Lemmings down below. Yes, they can't get over that tiny ledge. At this point, I'm going to try to turn the first Lemming I see, heading right, into a builder. But you want to time it specifically. Actually, you do want him to turn around. the one that reconnects the bridge, because we want to try. Even though we can afford one loss, we can actually save everybody. However, if the lemming that builds that bridge doesn't turn around, we won't be able to save everybody. Unfortunately, it means we have to wait for this guy to return. And that's also another reason why I did not want to release all the lemmings at once. Theoretically speaking, it could wreak all sorts of havoc if you're not ready. And the way I see it, the length difference isn't that big, so there you go. Alright, we need to form some blockers. First blocker will be right here. He will be made to blow. Gotta turn a blocker right here. And I want to start forming some blockers and turning those blockers into bombers. I want to wait till this guy turns around. Alright, now I can free them all. Alright, looks like I need one more bomber. Because I can't free them all just yet. Honestly, we have to wait for the lemmings in the top left corner to make it out. But that's basically how you do it. You want to prioritize the lemmings on the right though, because they will be running straight into a trap. That will kill them if you don't, so prioritize the top right portion before anything else. And you don't want to blow up the bottom right too early either, because we want to try to free the bottom and top left. Alright, so I want to have our first miner mine here and then turn him immediately around. And we're going to try to space out these miners and have them mine in sequence in this exact spot. Alright, we want to mine them a little closer to our main miner. You want to be careful doing this because if you move too close to our trailblazer, we could end up running out of miner lemons. So I'm actually going to keep the space right here because I feel that there isn't really much consequence for doing it. But now that I freed a path, I can mine here. That is about as far as I can mine with my other lemmings before. Well, you get it. This is pretty much the only way to get a sub 130 in this stage, by the way. Is this a circus? Alright, so we know what drill. Create a builder lemming right here. And we want to start bashing at a decent pace, like right here. We don't need to worry about lemmings falling to their death yet. So our last basher will allow our trailblazer to work in peace. Also, this is another stage that only gives you 10 lemmings, so we don't need to worry about spacing them out carefully. Alright. I would say once he's about ready to reach that platform on the right, the one that's fully in frame, that is when I will... Come Come on. Yep. That's when I will rebuild the bridge. And hopefully I don't have to worry about that mound. Probably not. No, I don't. That mound is basically there just to trick you into using the basher to holding on to that basher ability, but you don't need to worry about that. Alright. Evacuating a coal mine. Oh god. Turn the first lemming into a builder and the second lemming into a climber. Alright. That climber is going to be our little trailblazer because the other lemmings can't reach this part. Well, now they can. But they're trapped. Alright. This one, you care more about positioning of our trailblazer more than anything. Because you want to have him bash through the entire top portion, and then you want to have him start mining at the base of that diagonal pipe. For lack of a better term. You don't want to screw this up. And it's very, very, very easy to screw this up. By the way, we're going to make use of our Trailblazer again. Simply because it's a little easier, it's a little faster. He's always going to be lagging behind this cluster. The reason for this, even though I could theoretically get this done faster by manipulating when specifically to press it, it will make my job a lot easier, and it doesn't save that much time in the grand scheme of things. Alright, this is where I turn our Trailblazer into a builder. And you have to be pixel perfect on this in order to complete the bridge. And then I just have Lemmings just spam bash through those boxes. And that will lead everyone to the exit. You only really have like you can only screw up 3 chances in this with the basher ability at the end, but that's it. Spiral staircase. Alright. Unfortunately, we don't have any basher skills, so we can't use the same strats as last time. Which means now we have to play the stage the way the developers want us to. I do think some of these stages are holdovers from Oh No More Lemmings, which is what the present difficulty primarily consists of. Oh no more, and I'm gonna turn the 2 lemmings that turn around into builders. Alright. Don't forget about that. Now, after this one builds, I'm gonna make him into my Trailblazer, so I'm going to dig. Use a digger lemming here. Since I have to. I don't have any miner or basher skills here. I want to have my Trailblazer dig till the very edge, and I'm going to repair the bridge now. Yes, I just freed the lemmings. I probably shouldn't have done that. But it's not going to make a huge difference. They're not going to catch up to my Trailblazer. And that's the main thing. I want to try to make my... The reason for I need a Trailblazer for this part is so lemmings don't walk off towards the edge and die. I need my Trailblazer to dig deep enough so all the other lemmings can make it to the exit safely. Alright. Once the crowd makes it, I'm gonna free my digger by turning him into a builder. And the reason for this is, again, okay, and once I've built enough of a ledge, I will free the builder by digging through the bridge. The reason I do this is because you wait too long to do these things and lemmings will start dying. Alright, that's it. Turn and look around. Okay, we don't have a blocker this time, so we need to turn this lemming into a miner. And then turn him into a builder, and that will allow all the other lemmings to turn around and reach the exit. That's it. Water processing plant. Alright, first lemming will start building to the far right. Second lemming will build at that corner here. And then third lemming starts mining. This will give each of my lemmings, particularly my second lemming, time to fully build a bridge, and the first lemming to build a bridge that will act as a barricade. Alright. Next, I want to wait on this corner of the stairs right here. Second lemming turns into a miner. And the first lemming I'm going to turn into a floater. And at this point, it's totally safe to release all the lemmings. Do I need to turn my first lemming into a last-minute floater? No. I could have just turned him into a floater and be done with it. By the time this guy finishes building his bridge, the others will, even if I gave him an early floater, the other lemmings will have successfully reunited. Alright, he's going to build a hole and drop down, so once that happens, yep. Hopefully he doesn't bash through the bridge. So far, oh, no he doesn't. He stopped short. That's good. And we have to wait for these stragglers to reach the exit. Is there a way to do things faster? Maybe. I don't know. But you are given just enough time to clear the stage. Alright, Doomsday. That's the name of the stage. Doomsday, not Boomsday. Alright. Let this lemming leave the H, and I'm going to make him into... He's gonna start building a bridge so he can reach up there. You're supposed to go down there and then build like a zigzag bridge and keep the others occupied. But there's a weird mechanic with the screws. I want a lone lemming to act as a trailblazer while the second lemming blocks. However, you want him to block out of a particular angle where all the other lemmings will be trapped. We have plenty of basher skills, which we haven't used any at all, so freeing the crowd shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Our trailblazer's almost done with his bridge. However, the Lemmings can reach the exit just fine here. Very easy to cheese. No world without you, I believe. Alright. This is a remake of an earlier stage, except there's only 2 of them. Start by building a bridge with the Lemming down there. Second, Lemming up there starts bashing. And then turns into a digger at that spot. Now I can work on this Lemming for a while. Once he turns around, starts building that bridge, I'm going to turn the other Lemming into a basher. Play my cards right, and the second Lemming should be able to reach the exit. Alright. Turn this Lemming into a climber now that he's turned back around. Now I want to turn him into a basher right here. Alright. Did screw anything up, so there. Exodus. Alright. So first Lemming I want to turn around and make into a climber. He will become a full-fledged athlete soon. Alright, so I'm going to turn him into a floater right about here. And this one is one of those pixel perfect ones. So turn him into a floater. And I have to build a bridge here to turn him around, and I'm trying to figure out where to have him build. Hopefully this is it. You want to get him level just below the steel pillar so he could bash a tunnel directly underneath the other Lemmings. Alright, I'm gonna turn the lead Lemming here into a climber. And the reason for this is because he's going to catch up to my main trailblazer. So I did that to slow down the second Lemming. And just like that, we can clear this stage in record time. Or at least close enough to record time. Alright, here is Mr. Lemming's house. These stages don't appear difficult, but they are. Turn the lead Lemming here into around. Turn this Lemming up into a blocker. But on that specific corner, so all the incoming Lemmings here will get trapped behind him. This is because, for whatever reason, our lead blocker is not blocking the step below them, and they can climb that step. The last Lemming will free all the others, while our Trailblazer makes a bridge. And by the way, there are some pixel perfect timing here. I basically had our Trailblazer start digging immediately after he turned around, right as he's about to turn around. Probably could have turned our miner here, our Trailblazer, to a basher here to save a bit of time, but it doesn't matter. Oh, cave quest. Just 10 no. Yeah, I think that's just 10 Lemmings this time. Yeah, 10 Lemmings. Alright, so I'm guessing what you're supposed to do is dig a hole down below, but there's a trap. The problem with that strategy is that there is a trap beneath us, so I've got a better idea. And this will require some pixel perfect timing again. Of course, there are some alternate resource type methods to guide all these Lemmings to the exit, but we're going from the top this time. In this Lemming, I'm going to rotate between building and bashing so all the other lemmings can reach this place safely. And this requires some pixel perfect timing because we want the lemmings to land directly on top of the exit. And this is distance that's great enough to cause a fall to their deaths. Even if I went for that, started digging from that stalactite but a little to the left, that's still too high for them to survive. I suppose you could go for the mound on the left, or if you still had a builder lemming left, turn your basher into a miner and then turn them around. Whatever. And right now, I want to turn him into a floater because he will not survive the fall, but the others will. See, if he doesn't go straight into the entrance, he would have died. But these lemmings will go straight for the entrance. So no need to turn them into floaters. Oh, alright, just have to wait for these guys to reach the exit. SunSoft Special. This is the last of the special stages, by the way. This one was developed specifically by SunSoft. Turn our lead lemming into a digger. That will trap all but the second lemming in, and the second lemming will be a trailblazer source. And I'm going to keep turning this lemming around until I can successfully build a bridge, and then turn our digger into a basher. This will require some additional strats, by the way. First of all, our lead lemming will still be bashing right here. And I'm glad I chose to hold off on freeing the lemmings until this point. Alright, I am absolutely confident that we got all the lemmings trapped down here, so... Yay! Apparently my basher did not bash through that lip all the way, so... Need another basher. To free them all. Not that would have mattered, because I still would have had to wait as long. Let's go camping. Alright, this is a lot easier than this looks. Turn our lead lemming into a digger. Second lemming turns into a builder, and then I try to turn another lemming into a builder. That will free all three of my lemmings, and that's the stage. Haunted Botanical Garden. Alright, this is a booby trap laced bonus stage. Anywhere where there are those little sticks sticking out from below, as well as that circular mound of dirt on the right, that is basically booby traps. So we want to dig and mine directly before these parts. Nick of time. I want to turn this lemming around. And now all the lemmings are free to reach the exit, so... And it's kind of interesting. They're entering the exit at the same, hand in hand together, so that's neat. Be sure to be a builder. I think we're nearing the end of the, quote, easy stages, unquote. This one isn't too bad, because there's at least a little mound that I can use to... However, I'm still going to have to try... Yeah, this one isn't too bad. Just have our lone trailblazer build a bridge to the exit. And the reason why this isn't too bad is because there's only 25 lemmings in this stage, which means you're going to have these gaps. Some of the lemmings are going to be spaced out. But this is where it gets tricky. This is the tricky part, and I'm not going to free any of the lemmings before I clear this part out. No siree, Bob. So, what I have to do is I have to keep constructing a bridge to those stairs, and once he makes it, then I will free the other lemmings. Alright, I'm trying to find a good place to start building. And by the way, because I created that little platform of bridges down there, I don't even have to worry about the other lemmings getting trapped, so there you go. Not too outside of that one, this stage isn't too bad. This isn't necessarily the intended way, but whatever. Watch right or left. Alright, we want to go right. Turn the first lemming into a bomber, and second lemming into a digger right on top of that vertical bar. Perfect. And I'm going to turn one lemming here into a builder. And then I'll free all the other lemmings. No matter what, you're going to lose another you're going to lose two lemmings, one of which you're going to use as a bomber. So, but it's not too bad. Just so long as you know the timing, and the timing isn't super stringent. Move on in two separate groups. Alright. We can ignore the group on the left for now. Turn this lemming into a builder, or close the gap, and then we'll unlock. Turn the second lemming into a basher, and I'm going to wait till the third lemming turns around, and I'm going to prioritize the bridge here. Once the third lemming drops down, I will have the first lemming build a bridge, and the third lemming will be a basher. Third lemming will then be the one that frees them all. Frees all the lemmings on the left. Or at least provides them with the means of freeing themselves. Gonna turn them around, turn them into a builder. And then I'm going to spam the bash command. And hope that one of the bashers actually lands. Yep, first try basher. Of course, we have to wait until our third lemming turns around. But that's not too bad. These 26 lemmings should reach the exit just fine. I believe this is the intended method that the developers want you to clear the stage out. Don't quote me on that, but I think this is the intended method. Oh wait, I don't remember this. Alright, turn the first lemming into a builder right at the right part of the trapdoor. And I want to turn this lemming into a basher. Basher here because we can use one less Basher ability this way. We are gonna need that extra one after all. This does mean that only 4 of the notes will go undamaged. Turn that Lemming into a builder right after he falls. And now I can free the Lemmings. And this is the tricky part. You want to start building a bridge right here, but you want to give the make it at a particular position where the Lemmings on the right side can get out. Turn the bomber into a blocker here. Turn this Lemming into a builder. And you know what? These Lemmings can make it out, so this is home free. This took forever for me to clear, by the way. As an aside, the reason why it appears I'm doing all these stages in one try is due to a thing called save states. Keep in mind that even though this is a Sega Genesis game, this actually started life as a computer game first. So hypothetically, save states back in the day were pretty much the only way to save your game when playing on a computer. But I digress. Here's Stray Sheep. And this is another one of those levels where the exit is hidden. But we want to turn our first Lemming into a builder because there's a booby trap there. Second Lemming digs a hole. And I actually made a climber out of the builder so he could get out. And I'm not freeing the Lemmings just yet because, well, I don't want to put up with the lag. And I don't have to, at least not yet. This trailblazer will lead us to where the exit is. Eventually I'll have to deal with the lag, but not now. Alright, he's about finished with that bridge, so now I can release them all. Wait till he turns around and I start mining through those cords. And then I will start building a bridge, and you want to be careful on where you build, lest you trap all your other guys. Alright. This is gonna take a while to free these Lemmings, but that's okay because I'm more concerned about closing off that gap. Turn him into a basher, then a miner. Now I can free the other Lemmings. Alright. I need to turn our Trailblazer into a basher one last time because you have to be level with the exit in order to reach it. There is the exit. We're on top of the steel platforms. Just a minute, part 3. Oh, good grief. Alright, turn the second Lemming into a climber, first Lemming into a digger. But you have to dig at a place where you can actually catch all the Lemmings going back. Alright, now I sufficiently I turned my digger to a basher. Now I need to turn this guy around pronto with double mining. I probably should have started digging a pixel frame earlier, but because that would have turned him around. I was hitting this, because now I actually have to turn him around with the last miner ability. But that's okay. Hopefully he'll reach the exit in time. Yep, with 6 seconds to spare. 2 heads are better. Alright, turn the first Lemming into a climber and a bomber midway through the third block. This one will turn into a bomber 5th way, and turn into a bomber right here. And this is basically world record type of thing. Didn't even need to use a floater. And you need to be really fast, so don't be afraid to use the pause button. But here, from this point onward, we're dealing with the hard stages. First, Lemming on the right hand side turns into a digger and then a climber. Alright. This Lemming will then turn into a digger, and I want to free all the other Lemmings because at this point, because that will ensure their safety. And then bash my way to the exit. By the way, our digger will act as a trailblazer for the rest of our Lemmings on the right hand side. So we want to have him start bashing. Alright. You want to be pixel perfect once again. Because dig too deep and the Lemmings won't be able to exit. Dig too not deep enough and they won't be able to reach the exit even if they wanted to. Alright, so what I did was line the crosshairs so the horizontal part of the crosshairs lined up with the top line of that platform. And now I created a step beamstone that will allow all my Lemmings to be freed. However, we're running low on abilities. Because from this point on, these are the hardest of the hard in this game. Particularly the next stage. I'm gonna try to build a bridge to lead him to the exit because I'm basically live or let die. Now, you could also turn the Lemming to a blocker right above the left part of that trapdoor instead. And then just bash underneath. That's probably a little easier and faster, but not by much. Let's go! Alright, we want to increase the release rate to about 95. And we're going to let about 10 Lemmings pass. And I'm going to let another 2 Lemmings pass. Another 2 Lemmings pass. And then I'm just going to start turning every Lemming into bashers in sequence. You want to have a specific sequence. And the reason for this is because we need to save the Lemmings at the bottom. And only the earliest Lemmings that started digging have a shot at making it to the exit. And by the way, as the first Lemming nears the bottom, release the Lemmings. Trust me on that. And we want to turn this Lemming into a bomber just so we could free the last few Lemmings possible. Once the crowd clears, I'm going to turn him into a bomber. Alright. Alright. And that's it. That's all the Lemmings we can save in this stage. And I have a brain fart here. Oh yeah, the nuclear option. By the way, this is the last time you get to see the nuclear option in action in this game, because we need to save all of them this time. Alright. And this is the best music track in the game for last. Turn the second Lemming into a basher close to the top of the stairs. And then you want to rotate between building and bashing in a way that allows him to complete his task faster. And then I turn a Lemming down there into a Honestly, I probably could have done the whole axe thing when I just had time to kill. You want to use a minor skill so you can trap all the lemmings in the early quadrants. That way you're not waiting forever for all the lemmings to reach the exit. Trust me, you'll need every second of the 3 minutes this stage gives you to clear it. Alright, I want to try to find where to turn my Trailblazer to a miner. Yeah. Oh yeah, I turned my Trailblazer into a last second floater. Yeah, here's about good. And then turn him into a basher when he's underneath those arrows. And finally, we need to time when we use the stairs. Time when we start building a bridge, because we want to have him build a bridge at a place that will keep the other lemmings from going around in a circle. That looks good. That looks like I've created a barricade at the top of the stairs, so they'll turn around. Well, it's only moment of truth time. Basher, and that's the last ability in the game. Fingers crossed everything works out. Yes! They have turned around at the bridge, so unfortunately we still have to wait for our Trailblazer will be the last one in. That's basically a given. Now the countdown begins. Countdown begins. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We did it! We've beaten Lemmings for the Sega Genesis. All 180 levels in the game. Man. Who would have thought a game about Lemmings would take would cost you so many hours to work on? Jeez. You don't even get to see the different tries it took me to play this one. This is just... But it is this is definitely a fun game. I want to play this game just to knock another childhood Genesis game off the list. But man, this actually has aged pretty well. Sure, it's a little awkward moving the cursor around with the D-pad, but other than that, everything seems to... This game actually translates very well on emulator. Even if you still have to use the D-pad, you still basically have... Although if I were to change something, I reckon I would toggle each of the commands to a different number on the keypad. That's probably the one thing I would do differently, but I digress. For example, 1 would be climb. Press 1 on the lemming you select will have him climb in, etc, etc. That seems to make the most sense. So we got quite long end credit sequence, but yep, I hope you guys enjoy my perfect playthrough of Lemmings for the Sega Genesis. We still have the 2-player option left to go over, but so tune in for next time for the final episode. If you like what you see here, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. With all out of the way, this is Mike Gorin signing out.